Traeger here. We just finished up with our 13-year-old checkup, and there's a couple things that I would like to cover in the video that we may not have had enough time to spend on in the office. Remember, share these videos with whoever you'd like to, especially those that couldn't make it to the appointment with us, because there's a lot of things that are going on at this age, which is just kind of fun to talk about some more. Okay, so first things first, now that we're 13, a lot of kids are really in the groove of being able to take care of themselves. The routine is going good, they get their schoolwork done, things like that, but some kids still need a little bit of supervision with that, and that's okay too, okay? But let's continue to give them more responsibility. Same thing with responsibility around the house and things like that. You know, what is an appropriate age for your kids to be able to spend some time alone? Yeah, I think 13-year-olds can, okay? You know, not like all day and all week and stuff like that, but there are certainly kids who can come home from school at this age and spend a couple hours at home getting things taken care of while we're waiting for mom and dad to come home from work and things like that. What's an appropriate age to start watching younger kids? You know, that's a very specific, child-specific, family-specific kind of a thing. You know, watch, just you know, we trust your judgment on those things, but just be careful and safe with those things. Okay, and then at this age too, at 13, a lot of kids are pretty good about eating, okay? They will, sure, they'll polish off a whole bag of Doritos if they're given the opportunity to, but generally they eat when they're hungry and they stop when they're not hungry. And if they're not one of those kids that can regulate that really well, then now's the age to, you know, be like, okay guys, we need to be taking care of ourselves better. That's not a good idea. And if you have to help them by getting rid of those foods from the house, that's okay too. Okay, that's an okay kind of a thing. A lot of 13-year-olds are pretty active, so you know we you know normally have a good routine, good schedule with eating and stuff like that. And if they're not, we need to start working on those things, especially as time goes on. Okay, a big thing at 13 is this idea of resilience, okay? Now remember when your kid was walking, okay, and they just started walking, they're 15 months old, and they trip and they fall to the ground, you could be the parent who swoops over and picks them up and says, oh, your poor knees, you're never walking again. No, it said no one ever. Okay, but you can say, hey, good job, man. That was a good fall. Look at how good you're getting up. You're building resilience in those things. When school was getting tough and we're learning to read, you know this word. You've practiced it. You've seen it before. Look at how good you're doing. Building them up. Those are big deals. At 13, okay, resilience is a really huge thing that you need to be working on with them. You know, that was a really tough thing that you did. You studied hard for that exam and it paid off. Look at this. Or you really studied hard and it didn't work out that good, but I love the effort that you put into it. You didn't get so frustrated with it. Man, your friends are really kind of tough. Those are really tough. You know, I'm proud of you for the way that you handled that. I'm glad that you let me know that, you know, Johnny was having a hard time and, you know, and I can help you help him and we can help his parents and things like that. Hey, man, your friends were doing something pretty stupid over there. And I like it how you pulled yourself out of it and, you know, went to safety. Those are great things. Resilience, okay? Knowing that hard times are coming and that we will get through it, okay? Those are things that you have to know. And how you model resilience too is a big deal. There was this great parenting class that I took a long time ago, and it talked about dealing with teenagers and sharing with them your struggles as a family. So for example, it's perfectly fine to tell them about, man, when I was younger, I had this issue and I worked through it, or look at what's happening with our family now. I mean, we made it through this hard spot. You know, mom lost her job or, you know, whatever, or it was really stressful with the little kids running around or something like that, you know, and this is how we handled it. You know, being vulnerable and sharing those kinds of things with your kid within reason, of course, you know, is an important thing to be able to do at this, because it's modeling a very appropriate behavior that we hope that they develop and really use well as they get older. So yeah, so this things to talk about with that kind of stuff. That's a big deal. And then again, you know, in the previous videos we talked about, you know, the dating and sex and things like that. Again, there's no reason for couples to be alone. We should be watching out for those kinds of things. But setting your expectations at this age is a big deal. Okay, you're not judging. You're not, you know, telling them, you know, that you can't have, you know, relationships, you know, with boys and girls or whatever. But the thing is that, you know, that's not a developmentally appropriate thing to be. You shouldn't be alone. Okay, that's just this period. We don't need that kind of stuff. You know, I have no problems with telling my kids, yeah, we're not dating until we're 16. There's no alone time, things like that. And then even when we do hit 16, it's going to be group dates and things like that, because we want to keep everybody in check. Okay, we want to make sure that we're not giving them opportunities to fall. Okay, with these things, but within boundaries and stuff like that. So we'll see as my kids get older, and you guys will see as your kids get older and stuff too. So yeah, so like I said, 13. There's a lot of things that are going on. Most of these kids are going to be in high school next year, and that's kind of a big deal. So again, just like transitioning into 6th grade, you know, it's going to be stressful. Okay, it's going to be a different animal, but you know, just you build them up, and we continue to work through it with them. And again, focusing on this resilience is a really big deal. Okay, well, thank you so much. We'll see you guys at 14. Thank you so much.